Am I there?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the kitchen on Thursday, the 17th of October. It's been a really interesting 2 days since I last talked to you all. So much has happened. It's been very exciting. If you were here on Tuesday night, you'll know it was like comedy capers with the phone going ding, 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 and pating, pating, and the doorbell going ding, 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 dong, ding, dong, or people in and out. It was just chaotic. And yesterday was just as chaotic. I had a teeny little bit of an accident yesterday, or I accidentally teenily did something stupid. I was doing 55,000 million things at once like I usually do, and I had washing on the go, and I had a guy on the phone, and I was trying to make miracle spray, and I was trying to dissolve the washing soda, because you know when you make washing miracle spray, the washing soda has to be completely dissolved. It was much easier when we could get the crystals. It would dissolve really easily. The powder, you've got to whisk it for quite a while to get it to dissolve. If your miracle spray is leaving streaks or a white film, it's because the washing soda hasn't been properly dissolved. Anywho, I normally make it in a big Pyrex bowl that I have. But if you can look over there, the Pyrex bowls and a saucepan are full of fruit that I have soaking for the Christmas cakes. So I was whisking the washing soda in a white jug, and I just couldn't see whether it had properly dissolved, whether it was clear or not. So I always have a glass of water on the kitchen sink, because anytime I come to the kitchen, I have a drink. So I picked up the glass, poured some of the solution into it, and went, oh, yep, sat it back down again, promptly went back to whisking to make sure it was thoroughly dissolved, still talking to the guy on the phone like this. It was just hilarious. Finished off the miracle spray, ended the conversation, went and put the washing on, walked in and did something else, went to sit down at the computer and thought, oh, I really need a drink. So I got up, came out, and without even thinking, picked up the glass and went glug, glug. Oh, this tastes awful. Oh, couldn't figure out. Took me a couple of seconds to think, oh my goodness, it was the washing soda. I hadn't tipped it back into the solution. I drank it instead. So I went off and tried to look on Dr. Google to see if there was anything, if I was going to sprout warts or something dreadful and turn green and curl up into a screaming ball, and Google wasn't much help at all. So I rang Poison's information, which was much more. I should have done that the first time, because I honestly, by then, I just couldn't think. It's sodium carbonate, and I just couldn't remember the toxicity of it. Anyhow, nothing drastic. Some tummy aches. I burnt sort of the back of my throat and my tongue and the inside of my mouth. So, and I couldn't eat or drink for a couple of hours so that I wasn't encouraging stomach acid, because if you've ever tipped your washing soda solution into your miracle spray and then added the vinegar straight away, and it's gone, it, excuse me, does that foaming up thing. The stomach acid that eating and drinking would produce would do the same thing, and I'm in terrible pain. So that knocked me back for a couple of hours, sort of took the wind out of my sails, slowed me down, whatever. It was very exciting. And of course, I rang Wayne to tell him, and I got into trouble. And then when I told Hannah, when she came home, I got into trouble. Thomas told me off. Just one thing at a time and concentrate. It's easy for them to say. They don't have gazillions going on in their heads. Anyhow, I promised on Tuesday night that we would talk about how I make biscuits, because I love eating biscuits. I just don't like making them. I find them fiddly. You've got to roll the balls, or you've got to push them through a punch, or roll out the dough and do the shapes. And it's just too fiddly for me. I don't have the patience to do that. So I take the biscuit recipes and I turn them into tray bakes, and then turn the tray bakes into biscuits. And it's really quite simple. And I do it with just about all the biscuit recipes I have. Anzacs, cranberry hootie creeks, coconut cookies, anything like that. All make really good tray baked biscuits. Really easy. So tonight we're going to do 5-minute chocolate chip cookies, and I'll show you how it goes. Except we're going to turn them into 5-minute mini M&M cookies, because that's what landed in my hand when I reached into the basket to pull out some choc chips. So we'll do mini M&Ms instead of choc chips. If you don't have choc chips, you don't have mini M&Ms, you could do marshmallows. Yes, you could do mini marshmallows. You could put some nuts in. You could do chopped cherries, whatever. It's a pretty basic recipe, and it really is put together in 5 minutes. Now, I've already got the oven on heating, 180 degrees Celsius. I took it out a while ago because it was in the freezer, so it might take a while to melt. 250 grams of butter. I'm just going to pop that in the microwave. Pop the cover over so it doesn't matter. And while I'm waiting for that to melt, I've also already beaten 2 eggs, cracked them into the bowl and given them a whisk. I always do that. I was taught to whisk eggs before I add them to a cake or a biscuit or whatever, not just crack it and add the whole egg. So that's what I do. Crack them into a bowl, give them a whisk. The butter won't be ready yet. Okay. Now, the only ingredient, this recipe is on the Cheapskates Club website, so you'll be able to find it. But so far we're up to 250 grams of butter and 2 eggs beaten, a slurp of vanilla, just because I like the way vanilla rounds out the flavors, and this recipe doesn't have a lot of flavor in it. The flavor is going to come from the brown sugar, so a little extra just rounds it out nicely, I think. You don't have to if you don't want to. And another 30 will be done. Then we've got 1 cup of brown sugar, and it's in my trusty green 1 cup. Now, there we go. That's going to go into the bowl. Let me find a fork because there's a lump. Back in my olden days, or the olden days, or a while back, I know CWA ladies used to keep their brown sugar in the fridge to stop it from clumping. Now, I'm not sure whether that depends on your climate or not, but it seems to work. Certainly worked in the Riverina. Okay, just round it out. Nice flat sides. Okay, so that's 1 cup of brown sugar. I'm going to add the butter to the brown sugar and stir it up. These are really simple biscuits. Sliced tray bake. Perfect. There we go. 250 grams of butter. Now, I was very fortunate a couple of weeks ago to get butter on sale from Save More in Dandenong, on Princess Highway, Dandenong. Thanks to Joy for alerting me. I had seen the ad and totally forgotten about it. Okay. Stir the sugar and the butter together. Just like that. No lumps. When it's cooled a little bit, add the egg. Don't add the egg straight away. You don't want it to cook. Nothing worse than 3 bits of egg in your cookies. Okay. Add your egg. Stir it in. And now I'm going to, it's starting to thicken up. We're going to add 3 3/4 cups of self-raising flour. So I do it. Where's my 1 cup? Just like so. Level it off. A cup at a time, just because it's easier to stir it in. Another cup. So we're up to 2 cups. You could sift the flour if you wanted to. I didn't. 3 cups. And it's getting a little bit more biscuit doughy. Oh, is Barb on tonight?
Yeah, Barb's on.
Barb, I was thinking another thing that you might be able to do for your sister and brother-in-law for Christmas is make them a big container of nuts and bolts. It's a pretty old-fashioned snack, but boy, they're good and they're really, really easy to make. And the recipe makes a huge, big thing, so it would keep them going while they're away on their holidays, something to snack on. And then they don't have to worry about keeping anything. 3/4 of a cup, or anything like that. You know, nothing, no clutter in the house, that sort of thing. And that's really easy to do. You can do it sitting at the kitchen table. You don't have to stand or anything to make nuts and bolts. Just tossing in a few different cereals and peanuts and pretzels and whatever you've got really into the spice mix. Okay, see how it's turned doughy? So now I'm going to pop my lid back on there, get my mini M&Ms. The recipe says 1 cup, which is, there you go, packet. These were $1 at NQR a while back, weren't they? Okay. Few at a time. Stir them through. And you are going to have to get your hands messy with this one. Okay, put the rest in. Do them a few at a time just so they are all distributed evenly. You don't want all your M&Ms in one clunk. Okay, clean hands. I washed them before. To make the dough, just so that they all come together. It's not a stiff dough, but it's not a really soft one either. It's sort of too stiff to use a fork to mix, but quite soft on your hands if you want to mix it on your hands. Okay, now it makes heaps. So now, because I don't like making biscuits, I have my trusty tray, slice tray, and I've lined it with baking paper, and I've got my little quilt pegs holding it, the baking paper in place. I'm going to take about a bit more. I'll see, about half maybe, and push it down into the tray because it's biscuits, not a slice. So think about how big you would make them as biscuits, how high they would be, and sort of press it to about that in your tray easily, so that, because it's not going to be thick, you know, like a slice is thick like this. This is still going to come out like biscuit size. All right, we're just making them all in one. Where's my glass? Roll the glass, roll it. They cook about the same amount of time, maybe a minute or two longer than it takes to make a biscuit when you do your biscuits like this. Just remember, I'm a little bit missing there. Let's pop some in there. Okay, now it's all pressed into the tray. It's not thick, it's quite thin. Now remember, we use self-raising flour, so it's going to puff up a bit. Now we're going to cut it or mark it into sort of score it so that it'll be like his. Just like so. Now I used a serrated knife. These knives are deadly sharp. Hannah gave them to me for Christmas last year or the year before.
3 years ago.
3 years ago. There you go. I've had them a long time. So you might not be able to see it, but I've just marked it in rectangles. These are man-sized biscuits. If I was doing them for children, I'd make them half the size, but I get complaints when I serve dainty things. So into the oven for about 10, maybe 15 minutes. Set the top on there. Where's the other tray? I have another tray ready. So put the paper on to hold the paper in place. This is such a neat idea. I'm so glad I learned this trick. Mix the dough up. Lonk it into the brown sugar and the vanilla, give it a sort of a caramelly. I'm going to turn that around. You can't see it. I'll get all of that in there. Go this way. And this probably will only do about half the tray. That's okay. We don't want them too thick. Come back here. And press them down like that. My mum used to have a little Vegemite jar, one of those really little tiny Vegemite jars. She had it all my life, that she used for rolling out and pressing into trays to make things. Okay, same deal. Just score it up into, mark it up into bickies. Like so. Put it in the oven. Take the pegs off. We don't want to melt the pegs. How easy is that? As easy as making a slice. You just use a biscuit recipe. You don't have to have a slice recipe. necessarily to make biscuits. It's like crackers. If anyone complains, they're sweet crackers. These crackers always come in squares, not in other shapes. So there you go. Really easy. I've done this with my Anzac recipe, with the chopped chip recipe, with the coconut cookies, with the cranberry hootie creeks. The cranberry hootie creeks are so much nicer in squares than rounds. So much easier to make. Lunchbox cookies. If you do lunchbox cookies, go perfectly like that as a tray bake. Really simple, really easy, really quick. And you have homemade biscuits all the time. They're really easy. So there you go. You could adapt your favorite biscuit recipe to a tray bake simply by watching how thick you roll it in the tray. So remember, you're making biscuits, not a slice. And that's it, really. There's no great, amazing, mind-boggling trick to it. It's just me being lazy. So, who we got tonight, Hannah? She's looking.
Got Barb.
Hi, Barb.
Freya, Narelle, Lorraine, Priya. Okay. Lynette, Patricia, Diana, Jessica, Julie, Maureen, Kerry, Glennis, Jo, Leonie.
Wow. Full house again. Great. So good. So do you have a favourite biscuit recipe that you could do that with? Do you like making biscuits? I really don't like making biscuits. They just are time consuming. Hannah makes shortbread. She makes grandma's shortbread for Christmas. Works a treat. But I'm not a fan of standing there rolling out balls of them. It takes too long. So anything to make it faster, simpler, easier, I like. So, yeah. We'll wait a few minutes. The oven will go ding, or the timer will go ding, and we'll see how they turn out. Like most biscuits, if you leave them in the tray to cool, they will be a bit chewier. If you take them out of the tray and let them cool in the rack, they'll be crisper. So it depends. Again, it depends on how you like the end result. A little bit chewy or a little bit crisp. If you like them a bit chewier, then you don't cook them as long. You like them crisper, you might add a minute or 2 minutes to the cooking time. It will depend very much on your oven and on the recipe you're using, but play it by ear. It's really easy to do. And this whole recipe, the most expensive part was the butter. So it's not cheap in terms of that. But, you know, if you make your own brown sugar, if you have hens, chopped chips you pick up on sale regularly, and most of the baking stuff will start to come on sale from now until Christmas. So you'll pick up chopped chips, nuts, the almonds, walnuts, pecans, macadamias, all that sort of thing. The dried fruits, sultanas, raisins, currants, the glacé fruits will all be on sale. You might find some of the flavorings like the vanilla and things like that will be on sale too. So keep an eye out if you need to restock your pantry for Christmas baking, because now's the time to do it. I usually at this time of year start buying the dried fruit for next year. So as I see it, I usually pick up 1 or 2 kilos, put it in the freezer. It freezes really well in the packet, in the freezer, and it's fine until next year when I'm ready to do the baking, start the baking again next year. So I'm dying to see. I'll just get a cake rack out. Cake rack out. There you go. Cake rack. Not very organised, was I? We've sold all our planners, folks.
All of them.
All of them. No planners left. All sold out. Thank you very much. I think finally they're all starting to arrive and people are getting their parcels. That's very exciting. Yeah, so next year we've already changed it up, haven't we? We've improved it for 2021, made it better than what it is. We have so many ideas when we see these things, so our minds just go a mile a minute. Yeah, so all the planners are sold. Thank you very much to everybody. I hope you enjoy using them, and I hope you do use them because they really are useful. Very, very useful, especially the gift tracker with the where's it hidden slot. That's really important because I have present boxes. Like I have a box for each kid and Wayne, and then I have a general present box, and presents just go into the box. Most of the time I try to wrap them and label them when I put them in the box, but sometimes it'll be something quite generic that I will, oh, I'm unplugged, lounge room, and quite generic, so I just pop it in a box. So I need to make a list and see, check it off, and that's really good, and where it's hidden. If you're used to hiding presents and losing them, knowing where they're hidden is going to save a little bit of angst anyway. Now, wait for the dinner. All right, 3 minutes. 3 minutes and I'll be able to show you how to make biscuits in a tray. It's really easy. So you can make this recipe up as biscuits if you want to, and you can make it up, excuse me, I'm just moving for Flossie. Just there. And make it up in the tray or make it up as biscuits if you want to. Easy as. There we go. Yep. Okay, now I can see the comments because we changed it around. Patricia A likes oat biscuits. Oh, yum. Sharon, I'm glad you got it. Okay. Freya. Choc chip biscuits. You must be an expert, Barb. You have to share your recipe. Oh, please, yeah, please do. Like, big thumbs up underneath would go a long way to helping us. What else have I got? Julie's still waiting for hers. Maureen, thank you, Maureen. Oh, okay. So, there you go. Alan said to me, oh, Mum, it's 5 minute choc chip cookies. How are you going to stretch it out? Please. I don't have any trouble waffling. I'm good at waffling. So anyway. Patricia's filling her planning in and making plans for decorating it. Okay. All right. We're about to go ding, folks. So, and I'm anxious. I just want to see it. I shouldn't keep opening the oven. I go mad when the kids do that. But I just want to see it. Just see it. So, who's following the Own Your Christmas challenge? We're up to week 3, nearly to the end of week 3 already. That's pretty exciting. Come the 1st of December, we'll be sitting back relaxed. Christmas will be done. Our plans will be made. Presents will be wrapped. Everything will be paid for. We can sit back and relax. Okay. What's wrong?
Don't worry about me.
I'm not worrying about it. Okay. She keeps.
Don't move my hands to you. Keep going.
She's not waving her hands to me. All right. Okay. Ta-da, 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 ta-da.
What?
I'm waiting for the dinger to go ding, the timer to go ding. It's like, what is it? A watch pot never boils. So a watch oven timer never dings. I just can't wait. Anyway, so there you go. It's really simple. It's really easy. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just you take your biscuit recipe and you can either make it into biscuits or you can turn it into a tray bake and have square biscuits instead of round biscuits or shapes. There we go. So, yeah.
Ooh, embossed rolling pins. Can we get some of those?
Embossed rolling pins. Who was that from?
Glennis.
Oh, Hannah's been after embossed rolling pins for ages.
Should we tell them about the little Christmas things at Matchbox?
Oh, okay, yes. I'll just see it went ding. Get some. Okay, while this cools for a couple of seconds, because if I lift it out right now, it'll all crumble up and
looks like a blondie.
Too soft. We were in Matchbox last week, and what were we looking for?
A new wok.
Oh, we were looking for a new wok because I had an accident with the wok too, but don't worry about it. And just, of course, if you go into a shop like that, you have to look at everything because they have so much really cool, neat stuff that you just got to have, but you don't. And Matchbox, or our Matchbox, has a particularly good cake decorating section. Really good. This year, their Christmas sprinkles are divine. They are so cute. They had little candy striped umbrellas. They had the little red and white umbrellas.
Candy canes.
Candy canes, or umbrella handles, you know. Little tiny Christmas trees. Little gingerbread, little tiny ginger, like sprinkle size gingerbread men.
Christmas trees.
Christmas trees.
They had the holly.
The holly leaves.
With the little red thing.
And with the berries. Yeah. Oh,
gingerbread man.
So cute. So I thought, did we see the price?
They were $3.95 a packet.
Yeah.
I think it was about 500 grams.
No, 50 grams.
No, because they weighed a ton.
Did they?
Probably 250.
Ah,
there was a lot in there.
There was, yeah, they weren't. I didn't think they were overly expensive. They were so cute, and I was looking at them and thinking gingerbread cupcakes with the lemon ginger icing swirled on top and sprinkled with little gingerbread men would look so cute for Christmas. All right. Okay, Schmiller. There we go. Okay. Now, that's still hot. Okie dokie. Because I pre-cut it, they'll come apart really easily. Oops. Okay. Much like you'd score shortbread. If you make shortbread in a tray, you know how you score it before you bake it, mark it, so that.
How much is 2 ounces?
About 60 grams.
It's not 60 grams.
2 ounces is 60 grams. 30 grams is an ounce, roughly.
Well, 2 ounces.
2 ounces, okay. About the same as the Coles ones then.
But it was a big packet.
A
very big packet.
I feel like I should be having a hot cup of tea instead of a cold one.
It's alright, we've got one in the lounge room.
Oh, have I? Cups of tea everywhere. Here we go. As you can't really see, we're flaring up a bit. That's it. That's your 5-minute M&M biscuit in a bake. I'm just checking that it's cooked all the way through, and it is cooked all the way through, so 15 minutes is plenty of time.
How hot was the oven?
180 degrees Celsius.
Thank you.
I will get the next one out now. and turn the oven off. Oh, this one's fluffed up a bit. Must have been more in it than I thought. There we go.
It's pretty big.
That is pretty big. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So 3 dozen pieces out of that recipe. So that's not too bad. If you were rolling them in teaspoonful sizes, you'd probably get about the same. It'll just take you a bit longer. It'll be fiddlier. And of course, you can always cut them down and make them half size again if you want to. Really easy. That's it, folks. That's all I've got for you. I'm like done. I don't know. Has anyone got any questions? Let me pop this on here. I'll leave that one there. Cool. If you have any questions, ask away. Can't see. Yeah, finger shapes, yeah. Well, the longer ones you could cut. Although, I found with men, bigger seems to be more impressive. So yes, a bigger finger shape and 2 of those, even if it's the same as one regular one, would, yeah, it's psychological, I know, but they seem to think that more is better. I know, and bigger is better because, you know, reasonably sized scones or man-sized scones. Same with pancakes. I was making pancakes for lunch today, so I was making my normal pancakes. Thomas wanted big ones. That's the way it worked. Okay. So there we go. Anyway, I can't read.
I know.
Barb, sort of fine. Oh, good on you, Barb. You're well on the way to owning your Christmas. That's really good. Congratulations, Barb. It's really good. All right, folks. It might be an early night tonight because I've shown you how easy it is to turn a biscuit recipe into a slice for very little effort. To me, it's much easier to make a slice and walk away than stand there for half an hour rolling biscuits. I really don't. You can tell, don't you? I don't like rolling biscuits. I like pressing biscuits. Just don't like. I've got lots of cookie cutters and the biscuit tubes and the presses and things like that. And yeah, so much.
Anne Gray would like to know, can you make yogurt with milk, not powdered?
Yes. Yeah. Just use the same quantity of milk as you would powdered milk made up. So if you've got to use a litre of milk instead of powdered milk and water. Yeah. Yeah, of course you can. Yep. Without a problem. Easy as. Yeah. All right. Okay. They smell really good.
Yeah, they smell all right.
They do smell nice. That's the brown sugar. And the brown sugar makes everything smell good, I think. Makes everything rich and yummy and caramelly. Okay, folks. Thank you all. I'll be back on Tuesday talking about something. I'll leave the phone in the other room and hopefully someone will, if she goes out, will remember her key. But who knows?
It was in my other bag.
It's crazy. It's a crazy house. I have to tell you, I used to look after a friend's little girl. I look after a friend's little girl. She's the same age as our AJ. So, and I was expecting Hannah. So I had Amy and AJ and Thomas in the car, and we're going into town. And we're driving into town because we lived out of town at the time. We were in Wagga and we lived out of town. So we're driving into town, driving. And as we come into town, on the left is a big park, and the circus was there. And the kids are now, oh, the circus. And I'm just driving along listening to them. And all of a sudden I hear this little voice go, oh, the circus. My daddy says we live in a circus. I cracked me up. I still laugh about it, and I still remind them. I still laugh about it. I think, yeah, my daddy says we live in a circus, and they come to our house because it's a bit like a circus. Anyhow, okay, guys, thank you so much. I shall see you all on Tuesday. Have a lovely weekend. Stay warm, stay safe, or stay cool. I hope you get rain if you need it. And if you're in a bushfire area, really do stay safe. See you on Tuesday, and thank you so much for joining us again. Oh, and don't forget, if you haven't already liked us, please do. Thumbs up. It really helps our ratings and helps keep us on YouTube. Okay, good night and bye.